So our next position challenge is the page that has ballad and sea song on it. I'm actually going to start with sea song because I think it's a little bit easier. So we'll do that one first. And this one, you should only be practicing this after you've gotten comfortable with lament, because lament is the basic version of this position, and then this one has the extended first finger. So I want you to be comfortable with lament first before you work on these. So we'll start with sea song. I'm going to play it for you first just so you can hear it, and then we'll talk about how to practice it. So that's sea song. So you can see where the blue lines are for the shifts. So we're going to do just the first line. I'll talk you through it, and then you can practice the whole thing on your own. So first goal is notes. So we're going to go through it first. So C, D, E, F, G, E, open G. And then while you're playing that open G, you're going to shift to second position. So your second finger is going to go where your fourth finger normally goes on the D string. And so you're going to play that G, and then A with your fourth finger, G with your second. Stretch your first finger back for F natural. So that should be on your other tape if you have the two tapes. That should be on your second finger tape. So 1 on F natural, and then your 4, which should be an A, and then your G. Then you're going to cross over to the G string and play C, D. While you're playing the open D, you're going to move back to first position. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, B, C. And then in the part that I'm playing on, there should be a blue line at the end of that line, but I forgot to put it there. So if yours doesn't have a blue line at the end of the line, please put one there, because the second line starts in second position. Okay, so for now, we're just going to stick with the first line. Let's play one note at a time. Don't worry about the rhythm. We'll play a little bit slowly and just go at your own pace. If you can play with me, great. If not, then pause it and you can play on your own. So we're going to start on C on the D string, or on the G string. First shift to a G. And if I was practicing this, I would go back and do that again and make sure that I really got that G super solid so I don't have to slide into the right spot. So that matched. So now I can go on. Which brings me to another point. If you have a shift that's kind of challenging you, maybe practice the note before the shift and the note after the shift. Practice 3 or 4 notes and really get that solid. So I might start on the E, G, and then go to the shift. And make sure in this spot it's easy because you can hear that the 2 G's should match. It's easy to know if you hit the right spot or not. So I might do that until I get the G really solid, like 3 times in a row, and then I'd go on. So now we're halfway through this first line, starting on C on the G string with a second finger. And you don't have to play it that fast. You can play at whatever speed you need to get those notes. Then the next step would be to try to do it in the right rhythm. So you could do it on an open string. These rhythms are not super complicated, but it's still good to just go through it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now let's put the notes in the rhythm together, probably a little bit slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and is it? Putting the slurs in. There's 2 slurs in here, and they're actually going to make the bowing a little bit easier because it'll even it out a little bit. So let's try that. So those are the steps you'll go through for all the parts on this page. So I would do the 2 lines of sea song, and then I would do the 2 lines of ballad also. So I'll play the first part of sea song, and then I'll play the bottom part, so you can play with it if you want, and then I'll do the same thing with ballad. So here's your part for sea song, all the way through. So if you want to play with the duet part, I'll play the bottom part now, and I'll count it off, and I'll let you know when we get to the end of the first line. And it should be pretty straightforward because I'm playing on at the beginning of every beat. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 2. That's the end of the first line. Second line. Okay, so that's sea song. Ballad, here's the cello part, your part. And again, you're going to work through this with the steps. So notes, rhythm, and then bowing, and then you can work on getting it faster. But here's what it should sound like when you've practiced it all together. So that's the top part. And then here's the accompaniment part. 1, 2, ready, go.